If you want tomatoes fast, grow a small variety of cherry tomato and you will get tomatoes fast. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I'm Kathryn, the Aerogarden Homesteader, and I am going through and showing how my seedlings and garden are doing. These are a lot of the squash seeds that I planted. They are doing pretty good. I don't think I yet have everything coming up, but I think most things have come up. So I've got some, these are the butternut squash, these are cucumbers, I've got some watermelon, the ones in the back are watermelon, and then these ones are pretty much more of the same, more cucumbers, more squash, more watermelon. So this tray that we're looking at right now, this is my personal tray, and then the ones over here, we just planted some extra seeds and we can probably post those for sale and it's fine. I do need to watch out that sometimes the seed coat doesn't release properly, so I will need to pop that off just so that it can open up and start growing properly. It does sometimes cause the leaves to pinch together, but you know, it is what it is. And then back there, I don't know if you can see it, I do have one little habanero come up. I am trying to decide if it is worth maybe just keeping that one in an Aerogarden instead of putting it out in the garden. That way I can guarantee that I get some habaneros, but kind of doesn't matter in a way because we don't eat a lot of super spicy peppers. And so, you know, if I put it out there and I only get one or two, it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. But I might move that to an Aerogarden, and I have an Aerogarden in mind, so maybe that will be a future project and I can show you something that I am experimenting with for the Aerogardens. Now, in the meantime, I am probably going to, starting in May, drop my video contents down to 1 video a week. I don't know what happened with YouTube or what, but I got relegated to like small channel hell, and my viewer count has plummeted, my subscribers have plummeted, like everything is just, it's really crazy, and I don't know what happened. Don't know if it's me. Maybe it's me. I can sometimes be a boring person, but you know, I don't know what happened, and I hate to say it, it's really discouraging when you put so much work into it and then you see that everything is just plummeted to like, you know, like as if I had 1 subscriber again, and it's just like, why? So I don't know. I am probably going to just back off for a little bit, and we will, you know, I'll just probably try to slowly work back into 2, maybe 3 videos a week again, and we'll just go from there. But as of right now, at least for the month of May, maybe even June, I will back off to 1 video a week. Mostly it'll be an update, but I might also make it a vlog style, so it'll be an update with something else going on. So it'll just, every week will kind of be at least an update with something else. So keep an eye out for those. If you're not subscribed and you do like this channel and this content, do subscribe, so at least you are getting the videos. Because I do wonder sometimes if YouTube just doesn't deliver the content, you know? Oh, I've watched this channel, I liked it, why do I not see it, where did it go, you know? Well, I think that's what happens. They just stop showing you a channel because you didn't subscribe right away and they didn't think you liked it, so I don't know. But anyways, if you do like it, please subscribe, it does help me, and it'll help you see the videos in the future. On to the rest of the update. And this is how the outdoor garden is doing. I still need to get some netting on this particular garden, the one with the hoop house, which is covered in spider webs now that I've walked through it. The peas look like they're doing pretty good. Some of them are starting to show some signs of growth. I do notice that this bed is a lot drier than I was expecting, so I need to actually sort of keep an eye on the sprinkler system to make sure this one is getting enough water. I cannot remember what this is. It is not something I planted this year, so I don't know if it's mustard or something else. The garlic is actually doing really well. I should have come in when they were a little smaller, and some of these ones here, I should have separated them to give them a little more space, because I think when they're smaller, they're easier to separate, but might be a little too late now. If you've separated them when they're bigger, let me know. So I might do that if someone has done it successfully. This is onion. These are just onions I had sprouting in my onion bin and I just threw them in there. Although this one I think is an elephant garlic. So this is a line of elephant garlic here. Some of them look really nice. And then my peppers and tomatoes, they look like they're doing okay. They're still alive, so that's good. This side of the bed has just, oops, backlighting, shadows, yeah, so it is, the netting keeps coming out from under the bricks, so it's kind of annoying, but the peas are at least staying safe from the birds, and that is basically the whole point of having this netting here. So all down the line, looks pretty good. Do have, this is my spinach that's coming up, so that's nice. And then over here, I don't know if this is lettuce or just grass. That's dill. There's just a whole bunch of stuff growing all over the place that I'm not sure what it is. So my lettuce seeds may either have been too old to germinate, or I did put a little extra dirt down and I stepped in the bed here, so I may have just buried them too deep or crushed them or something, so they may not actually come up. But in the end, I mean, everything is growing pretty good. So I do have a few more things that I will be putting in, mostly like those squash seeds that I showed you earlier, and cucumber. So we'll just see how the garden goes. So I'm going to show you how the Aerogardens are doing upstairs. Here is the tomato plant. It is doing really well. We've got some flowers that are open, so we should hopefully be tapping on them to get a little pollination going on. I have fed it, and I feel like it exploded in growth since the last time I showed you. And it's hard to see, but it is starting to put out some suckers on the side. And that's normal for this type of tomato plant. It's, you know, the micro or mini or dwarf or whatever they are. I'm not actually sure what variety this is, but it will stay small. It'll just get extra bushy. So it is doing really well. If you want tomatoes fast, grow a small variety of cherry tomato and you will get tomatoes fast. And here is how the beans are doing. I don't know why some of the beans have brown leaves on them. I shall have to investigate that further. But so far, they've all come up. So this is the second farm that I set up to, you know, so they're all filled with beans. Then all of these ones here, they're looking pretty good. Now I notice that every once in a while, one of the coats on the seed will get stuck, and it does kind of interfere with the growth of the plant, so I do need to make sure I go through and pick that one off. But I do kind of go through and check on them just to make sure everything is doing well. And then this one, so the top had broken off, it was the growing tip, but the sides are sprouting out, so this one is doing okay. And then over here, these ones have grown like crazy. There's flowers everywhere. It's just really nice. So hopefully we'll start getting little beans soon. Oh, actually there's one back there. I can see if I can zoom in. There's a little bean right there. So that's really cool. So the beans are starting. Now this is a purple bean. And then I have the yellow one over here. There is actually a difference in the flowers. I don't know if you can see. The purple ones are darker, and the yellow ones are lighter. And then we will see how I've got Blue Lake and I think it's Contender, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember, in the other farm. So we'll see if the flowers look different from that. But yeah, this is how the farm is doing. So I have the seedlings inside today, and these are the seedlings that I will be planting in my garden. So this is a yellow slicing tomato right here. It's actually doing really well, and that is a beefsteak over there. So those ones will definitely be going in the garden in the next day or two. These are sort of extra seeds I had planted. You know, it's always nice to have 2 beefsteaks and 2 yellow slicers. They didn't really come up that fast and do that well, so I'll hold them back and see if they get a little bit bigger, but in the meantime, I'll just at least have one in the garden for now. And then these are the, I don't know if you can see, these are the sort of the remaining jalapeno. They're the ones that I think I pulled them out of the farm a little too soon, and so I feel like they did actually struggle to sort of gain size. So this is one that I pulled out when it got a little bit bigger, and it has continued growing and gotten bigger. These are the Rio Grande, actually. They are looking really good. The plants are just inside today because I was away yesterday and this morning, so they just didn't have a chance to go out. But they will be going out again. These are the Romas. They're looking really good. I've got more Romas down here. And then these are some of the Romas that were just not quite big enough to pot up. And so they are a little on the smaller side. We will see what happens with them. But as you saw, the seedlings downstairs are getting pretty big, so if these ones get a little bit bigger, I will probably post these ones for sale to go with the squash plants, and it'll all work out. And then I have a few more Rio Grande here that were a little on the small side. Some of them are getting a bit bigger, but And I don't know, maybe I just need to feed them again, but they're looking pretty good. So I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have some videos up at the end that you might enjoy, and I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.